This is the story of a boy who looks human but is actually a fierce mountain lion. He took human form and was living with a family. One night he had a strange dream where he was with his real puma family. His father warned him that going into the human settlement was not without danger. But Jay ignored their advice and came to the human world. Suddenly his sleep broke and he fell off the bed in a panic. Anyway, he went to his human family and started having breakfast. A short while later, he left with his stepmother Anna and sister Melody to enroll in high school. During the journey, Jay noticed that two crows were continuously following their car. Jay started worrying in his mind about what was going on. At night they stayed at a hotel. There Anna was reading about Clearwater High School. Jay said softly, "Mom, after I get admitted to school, your biggest problem will be solved." Anna lovingly interrupted him. "What nonsense are you talking, Jay? I love you like my own son. If you don't like it at school, tell me without hesitation. I'll bring you home immediately." She hugged Jay, which gave his heart some peace. In the silence of midnight, there were some noises that woke Jay up. He peeked out the window and saw 4 wolves entering a mine safety site. Jay ignored them and went back to sleep. The next day they reached Clearwater High School. There what Jay saw blew his mind. Those same 2 crows suddenly transformed into human form and went inside the school. Jay was stunned seeing this magic. School principal Lisa took Jay and his family to her office. She asked, "Do you know anything about Jay's real parents?" Anna replied, "We have no knowledge about his real parents. I found him at the police station. His clothes were torn and he didn't even remember his own name. I work for a child welfare agency. So seeing his condition, I made him part of my family." Anna continued, "I was homeschooling him, but now it's necessary for him to go to school. He has no friends and just yesterday he fought with his older brother Melton." Melody interrupted, "Mom, Jay got so angry that he scratched brother's face." Anna silenced Melody and said in a confused tone, "I don't understand how Jay injured him so badly. His nails aren't even that big." Principal Lisa smiled and said, "I started this school 3 years ago for kids who feel they are different from others. I believe our school will be perfect for Jay." Anna asked in surprise, "But how did you know about us?" Lisa replied, "I keep an eye on everyone who has special powers. You don't need to worry about Jay's fees. You must know Andrew Milling. He owns several big companies and is also our school's patron. It was his advice to bring Jay here." Hearing this, Jay and Anna's faces lit up with joy. Lisa sent Anna and Melody outside and turned to Jay, saying, "Knowing about you, I can say with certainty that you are a predator." Jay was stunned. He asked, "How do you know all this?" Lisa revealed, "Jay, everyone in this school is a shapeshifter. We can change from human to animal at will. That's why we're called woodwalkers. Now tell me, what's your true identity?" Jay admitted softly, "I am a puma." Lisa was extremely happy to hear this. She reassured him, "There's no need to panic now. We will teach you to balance both worlds. You'll be able to transform at will. By the way, does your family suspect your reality?" Jay said, "No, they have no idea that I'm a puma. They just think I'm a little weird." Lisa explained, "That's good because humans believe that beings like us don't even exist. If they find out, it'll cause trouble for us." Suddenly a loud alarm blared. Jay started having a lot of pain from that sound. Lisa took him outside where many woodwalkers were present in their animal forms. Anna and Melody were also standing there and the alarm was ringing because of their presence. Lisa turned it off and told a student to take them away from there. Lisa told Jay, "These are all woodwalkers like you, and this alarm alerts us to the presence of humans." Both started going inside the school. Then Jay accidentally bumped into Jeffrey's friend. They were the 4 wolves and they had no sympathy for Jay. Jeffrey, who was a wolf, tried to intimidate Jay by nature. The atmosphere grew bitter. Jay also got ready to fight back and brought out his sharp claws. A fight was about to break out when Professor James intervened and calmed things down. Anna asked Jay worriedly, "Son, did you like this school? Do you want to stay here?" Jay wanted to master his powers. So he decided to stay at Clearwater School. At that moment Andrew Milling arrived there. Anna and Melody said a heavy-hearted goodbye to Jay and left. Principal Lisa took Jay to Andrew. Andrew looked him in the eyes and asked, "Did you not like the free life of a puma, that you came to this crowded human world?" Jay answered honestly, "I loved that life of mine. But there was a strange emptiness in my heart. I wanted to see human life up close. That's why I came here." Lisa told Jay a secret while taking him to his room, that Andrew is also a puma like him. After leaving him in the room, Lisa left. Then a little squirrel came in through the window and signaled Jay to turn around, and in a blink transformed into a girl. She smiled and said, "My name is Holly." Then Jay's roommate arrived, who was a rabbit. As soon as he found out his roommate was a fierce puma, he got scared and ran away to save his life. He was afraid Jay might make him his meal. Anyway, Holly gave Jay the school uniform and took him to shape-shifting class. On the way they met Lou, who was an elk species. Lou gave shocking news. Humans' minds were attacked again last night. Jay understood that this was the same attack he had witnessed the previous night. Holly warned Jay, "The master of our class is Elwood, and Lou is his daughter. So it's better that you don't talk to Lou too much in front of him." Class started and Elwood asked Jay to come in his real animal form. Then a boy named Brandon came in his bison form. But he couldn't turn back into a human and left there embarrassed. Jay was also having trouble turning into a puma. He was about to give up and leave but Lisa stopped him. She told Jay, "Close your eyes and remember your puma family." In that deep meditation, Jay remembered his real name, Carrig. The flood of memories worked and Jay, aka Carrig, transformed into a magnificent puma. Lisa and Andrew were extremely happy to see this. Soon the other students also came into their wild forms. Principal Lisa herself became an eagle and from the height started explaining the importance of the school to everyone. The day ended and everyone headed to their rooms. Carrick's old roommate didn't return out of fear. So now Brandon became his new partner. Soon Carrick, Holly, and Brandon became close friends. In the cafeteria, Carrick spotted those two crows, Shadow and Ring, who were watching him like shadows. On the other side, Jeffrey and his gang were bullying an innocent student. Carrick intervened, so the wolf pack attacked Carrick. Then Professor James arrived and scolded them away. He explained to Carrick, "A predator never hurts another innocent. Jeffrey may be your enemy, but you can't fight them openly like this. If you need any help, come to me." The next class was fighting. Andrew himself was there to see Carrick's skill. A female student entered the ring as a grizzly bear. The teacher sent Brandon first but he ran away from the field out of fear. Now it was Carrick's turn. But his body wasn't cooperating. Andrew gave him a special pouch to smell. Its scent awakened the animal inside Carrick. He became a puma and quickly defeated the bear by wounding it. Andrew was convinced of Carrick's ability and said, "Carrick, I want to be your mentor." Carrick was overjoyed and immediately agreed. Before leaving, Andrew gave that same pouch to Carrick as a gift. Then Jeffrey came and challenged him. "If you really have the guts, then fight me tonight far from school. If you win, we'll never bother you again." In the darkness of night, Carrick reached the agreed place with Holly and Brandon. The fight started but Jeffrey cheated. He had promised to fight alone, but his 4 wolf companions attacked Carrick together. Seeing his friend in trouble, Brandon also turned into his huge bison form and started destroying the wolves. Taking advantage of the chaos, Carrick grabbed Jeffrey. Now Jeffrey had no choice but to surrender. He accepted his defeat and ran away with his companions with their tails between their legs. They thought no one saw, but in the distance, an owl's sharp eyes were watching the whole scene. The next day in class the atmosphere was a bit heavy. Professor James's hawk-like eyes couldn't miss the wounds on Carrig and Jeffrey. He guessed that a big fight had happened at night. Showing strictness, he immediately sent all 5 to the doctor. That same afternoon Andrew Milling took Carrig outside with him. A question kept popping in Carrig's mind. He finally asked, "Andrew, why are you helping me so much?" Andrew looked him in the eyes and said seriously, "Carrig, I have to accomplish a very important mission, and for that mission I need your ability. Will you support me?" Carrig agreed without thinking. When Andrew dropped him back at school, Holly and Brandon tried to question him. But Carrig stayed silent. He quietly followed Lou, who was watching the secret meeting of the Woodwalker Council in the middle of the forest. Lou whispered, "The council suspects that some students from Clearwater School are planning to attack humans. That's why this emergency meeting was called." Just then Principal Lisa arrived. Before the council could spot them, both quietly ran away from there. On the way, Carrig expressed his suspicion. "Before coming to school, I saw Jeffrey and his gang entering a mine. Surely those people are plotting against humans." After these talks, Carrig went hunting with Andrew. Both were scouring the forest as pumas when suddenly they saw a hunter. Andrew's tone grew bitter. "If I weren't a woodwalker, I would have finished off this hunter. But I have to think about the safety of the whole school. Anyway, forget about that and focus on your prey." There was a deer in front. Carrig stalked it quietly and quickly made it his prey. While returning to human form, Carrig got a little emotional. He asked, "I miss my human family a lot. Did you also have a family?" Andrew's eyes flashed with old pain. "I had a wife and a little daughter who were killed by cruel hunters. That's why I'm stopping these humans from building mines, so animals can breathe peacefully on their land." Back at school, Carrig proudly mentioned his first hunt. But hearing this, Lou got angry and left. Carrig went to convince her but Holly stopped him. She told a bitter truth. "Carrig, Lou's mother was killed by a puma. She hasn't forgotten that wound to this day. That's why Professor Elwood advised her to stay away from you." Carrig ran after her to explain, but Lou was sad and turned into an elk and disappeared into the dense forest. In the silence of night, Carrig saw Jeffrey and his gang going somewhere. He secretly followed them. The wolves were vandalizing a mine office. Seeing Carrig there, Jeffrey attacked him. But at the right moment, Andrew arrived and handled the situation. Andrew took them to his house. He sent the wolves back but kept Carrig there. Showing a picture of his wife and daughter, he said sadly, "Look Carrig, a hunter killed them and displayed their bodies like trophies. Humans have no place in their hearts for us. They're turning forests into graveyards for their profit. You know, humans have caged far more chickens than free birds." He continued, "The council has been trying to reason with them for the last 50 years, but nothing has changed. I want you to be part of my mission. I promise that we won't take any human life." Carrig was confused. He replied carefully, "I haven't fully understood all this yet. I need some time." Returning from there, he went to Holly and Brandon. Holly had taken Brandon to a tree trunk so he could practice his strength. Excited, Brandon turned into a bison and hit the trunk so hard that it fell toward the road. Coincidentally, Anna and her family were coming to meet Carrig. Their car crashed because of Brandon's hit. Anna arrived at school with that damaged car. Melody told Carrig about that mysterious bison and the car. But Carrig stayed silent. Anna smiled and said, "Carrig, we're going hiking next week. Will you come with us?" Carrig immediately agreed. Seeing his happiness, Melody gifted him a unicorn and then they said goodbye. Holly and Brandon tried to read Carrig's heart. They asked questions about his real family. But he didn't break his silence and quickly headed toward the dense forest. He wanted to roam free as a puma on the mountain heights. Then Wing found him there and started urging him to return to school. Just then an ominous sound was heard in the air. A hunter drone and some hunting dogs were already after them. To escape, Carrig and Wing hid in the hollow of a tall tree. The dogs couldn't smell them, but that damn drone had come very close to them. Wing acted quickly and swooped down and knocked that drone to the ground. Carrig ran toward the school. But the hunters started firing bullets at him indiscriminately. While running, he was drenched in sweat and badly exhausted. While the hunting dogs were about to reach his neck. Just then Shadow the Crow arrived and threw Carrig's bag while shouting, "Carrig, you have to become human right now. Otherwise these dogs will tear you apart." Carrig had lost his courage. He wanted to but couldn't transform himself. But then that little unicorn Melody gave him fell out of the bag. Seeing it, Carrig remembered the love of his human family and in a moment he changed into a human. Seeing a human, the dogs changed their mind and left. Carrig was so tired that he collapsed there unconscious. When he woke up, he was at Andrew's house. As soon as he regained consciousness, Carrig said in a scared tone, "Andrew, those hunters came fully prepared. Is it possible that my puma family has also become their prey like your wife and daughter?" Andrew encouraged him, "Don't worry, I've sent my team to search for your family. We'll get good news soon. But for now, we have to stop these merciless humans. If they dig this mine, then living here will become impossible for wild animals." After that deadly attack by the hunters, Carrig's blood boiled and he agreed to help Andrew.